I wanted people to know that I am not against whites.
Idi Amin Dada Oumee, commonly known as Idi Amin, was a Ugandan military officer and politician who served as the third president of Uganda from 1971 until his overthrow in 1979. His regime was characterized by extreme brutality, human rights abuses, political repression, and economic mismanagement, leading to the deaths of an estimated 100,000 to 500,000 people.
If they cannot give independence as soon as possible by peaceful means in Africa and in the Palestine.
Amin was born in Koboko, northwestern Uganda, to a Kakwa father and Lugbara mother around 1925. He received little formal education and joined the King's African Rifles, KAR, of the British colonial army in 1946 as an assistant cook. He quickly rose through the ranks, serving in actions against Somali rebels and the Mau Mau Uprising in Kenya. By 1959, he had achieved the highest rank for a black soldier in the KAR, Effendi Class 2, Warrant Officer, and became one of the first 2 Ugandans to be commissioned as officers in 1961. After Uganda gained independence in 1962, Amin continued his ascent within the military, becoming Deputy Commander of the Army in 1964 and Commander of the Army in 1966. He developed a close association with then Prime Minister Milton Obote, and together they were implicated in a scheme to smuggle ivory and gold from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. A rift eventually formed between Amin and Obote, leading Amin to stage a military coup on January 25, 1971, while Obote was attending a Commonwealth Summit in Singapore. Amin declared himself President of Uganda a week later, on February 2nd. During his rule, Amin implemented policies that severely impacted Uganda. In 1972, he expelled approximately 80,000 Asians, most of whom were of Indian descent and held British passports, claiming it was a divine instruction. This action, part of his economic war, led to the collapse of Uganda's economy as these communities controlled 90% of the country's businesses and accounted for 90% of tax revenues. Amin's regime was also marked by the persecution of ethnic groups, particularly the Akoli and Lango. During his presidency, initially supported by Western powers like Israel and the United Kingdom, he later broke ties with them, aligning instead with Libya's Muammar Gaddafi, Zaire's Mobutu Sese Seko, the Soviet Union, and East Germany. In 1976, he allowed an Air France airliner hijacked by Palestinian and German militants to land at Entebbe airport, leading to the Israeli rescue operation known as Operation Entebbe.
And they are not trusted people. They don't tell the world the truth. They were taken to Palestine as refugees, and then they changed Palestine to become a state of Israel by force of arms.
His downfall began in October 1978 when he ordered an invasion of Tanzania's Kagera region. Tanzanian President Julius Nyerere responded by mobilizing the Tanzania People's Defense Force, joined by Ugandan exiles, to counterattack. Amin's forces were steadily pushed back, and on April 11, 1979, Tanzanian troops and the Uganda National Liberation Army, UNLA, captured Kampala, forcing Amin to flee. He initially sought refuge in Libya before settling in Saudi Arabia, where he lived in exile until his death from kidney failure on August 16, 2003. He was buried in Ruwais Cemetery in Jeddah. This is the Globe Times magazine.
I took this decision for the economy of Uganda, and I must make sure that every Ugandans get a fruit of independence. Since independent, actually Uganda is not